and she has done incredibly well in CLAT 2026. Yes, I have Manvi Yadav with me. So you had some intuition or something like I would do well, I would get a very good rank.
I did not have any rank aspirations, like exceptional aspirations.
What happened last year, and why did you appear again?
I personally was not satisfied with how I had performed. I knew that I could have done better in the paper, both for CLAT and ALET.
What is your opinion, like how important mocks are for this exam?
Again, it helps you figure out where you stand nationally also. There are different All India Open mocks. And
Which subject you find more important or
in CLAT, I was not good with math, so I was struggling with math.
what would you like to advise to students, like how to prepare?
I personally loved reading the Indian Express. It has this explained section.
Required or how much time one needs to prepare for exams like CLAT and
It was more solving than it was understanding.
Hey everyone, I'm Sagar Joshi, founder Law Prep Tutorial. Today I am with one of the brightest kid I have ever come to know. She plays guitar, she's black belt, she does a lot of things exceptionally well, and she has done incredibly well in CLAT 2026. Manvi Yadav with me. Hey Manvi, hello, welcome.
Hello, sir. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to be here.
So good to have you, and it is great that you have achieved. I mean, it's one of the greatest achievement, right? So, how are you feeling?
Sir, it definitely feels surreal. I cannot believe, like, even after you walk out of the exam hall, you do not think or believe that you've done that well. So, definitely, this is not something I expected, and I feel amazing.
Right. So, you had some intuition or something like I would do well. I would get a very good rank or something like that.
Definitely not. So, this was also not my first time appearing for CLAT. So, after last year, this year, I only was hoping for a good college, and I did not have any rank aspirations, like exceptional aspirations.
So, as you said, it was not your first year. I want you to tell the other kids and students like what happened. What happened last year, and why did you appear again, and everything.
Right. So I gave CLAT last year as well. That was my first attempt. So I had started properly preparing for CLAT only in grade 12. And while I had figured out all of the basics, I definitely did not feel satisfied when I walked out of the exam. There were a lot of factors that affected that. Definitely the paper being unpredictable and not something which worked to most of our preparation as well. So I was not expecting an amazing result last year, and I personally was not satisfied with how I had performed. I knew that I could have done better in the paper, both for CLAT and ALET. And more importantly, I think the exam was a great reality check because regardless of where you're preparing from, you're always in a very niche circle. You're like either in your peers or one coaching, one city. CLAT is an all India exam.
True.
And when the results come, you realize that you're actually competing against lakhs of people.
Right.
And it is very important that you identify your competition right then.
Right.
So I got an all India rank of 956,
Okay.
and that did not that still qualified me for some tier 2 national law universities. And then we had the entire CLAT conundrum where the results were paused, and then the series of court cases. After that, while all of my friends had rank jumps, my rank dropped by another 400. It was very devastating, and I felt really disheartened. But by that time, around May, I had decided that I do want to appear for CLAT and ALET again. Not because I was not content with what college I was getting, but because I knew that I can do better than this, and this was not my best performance.
Right.
So largely, I did not want to settle for something which is not to the best of my efforts. And luckily enough, I still got into Rajiv Gandhi National Law University of Law, and that is where I went in August. However, I did not have a great time there either. And midway through the month of August, there were vacancies at Delhi University's 5-year law course. That is where I applied and shifted. In September, I came back home, and since September to where we are right now, I have prepared from home. That is the only 3 months that I gave for CLAT this year.
So you wrote CLAT 2025. You prepared with your 12th grades, and then you got into the NLU Patiala, RGNUL Patiala. You left that and you joined this DU, right?
Yes,
And you, at the same time, you started preparing for CLAT, right?
absolutely.
Okay. I mean, as you said कि I was not happy with my performance and I knew I could do better. And that's why I decided to retake the CLAT, and you again appeared for the CLAT, right? Let me first understand, like, when did you decide to opt for law as a career?
All right, sir. So I think it was through like a discovery of finding out what I like and eliminating what I absolutely do not like. So I did figure out quite early on that I did not want to do math or science.
In which class?
Around grade 6, 7, I knew that I don't want to pursue math or science at all.
Okay.
And then I was also really fond of writing, and I discovered that I'm also somewhat good at it. And I did think that it's a that it's something I do want to do in the future as well. Around ninth grade, I started reading about law colleges, and I started reading about journalism colleges as well. So I discovered about CLAT and AILET in ninth grade itself. I
Okay.
did see some papers around that time as well. The decision, however, did not come until much after. In 11th grade, I did opt for legal studies in school as well. I'm really glad my school offered that. And I think it definitely piqued my interest and gave me an insight into what studying law would be too. So that is why I also like law, is because I think it's an all-encompassing field. Almost everything that I'm interested in, be it history, political science, or anything, everything around us is governed by law. So I'm really excited to learn all of it.
Right. So almost in the class, grade ninth, you decided to opt for law,
Somewhat, yes.
somewhat. But I mean, when did you get the clarity that now I want to pursue law?
Around 11th and 12th grade, and I started properly preparing for CLAD in 12th grade.
What are your plans going ahead? I mean, after law, you would like to pursue litigation, judiciary, UPSC, corporate law, or think about it, or you will decide it later?
So I'm not quite sure what I want to pursue after law school
Right,
yet.
right. It's too early.
Yes, and I am excited to find out all the things that I might end up liking. I think it's too early to decide definitely, and
Right.
I'm very excited to explore all the different kind of options that there are in law school.
So coming back to the CLAD preparation, you prepared last year also, you prepared this year also, right? Last year was a complete mess, as you said, a lot of cases and everything. What is your observation? I mean, you have a experience of preparing CLAD exam. What is your observation about this exam? What this exam is all about, and what do they want to check in a student? What is your opinion?
So like you also said, it's largely an aptitude test. There's no syllabus to it. There's not something like ये नहीं आ सकता या ये आ सकता है. So and like a lot of people have also said, I do agree with the fact that it is largely a test of your mental strength at that moment. Last year, like almost everybody, I was also, when I got the paper, I frantically searched to see if I know the GK, what the math is like, and I do remember frantically switching sections also midway the paper. I think it's very important to figure out the way that you are able to solve a mock, because at the end of the day, the exam is also to be solved like a mock. And when you're solving the exam, it's very important that you're not hyper fixating on a college or like on the seriousness of the exam, that this is the exam which decides the next 5 years or beyond of my life. So the strategy which I went with while giving CLAD this year was that there are going to be questions in front of me, and I just have to solve those questions, and it ends there. There's nothing beyond that. So there's you don't have to give too much power to either the exam or the questions. If a question overwhelms you, it is likely that it is overwhelming a lot of people, and it is also likely that the answer is right there in front of you. You just have to calm yourself down and try to think the way the question is asking you to think.
Like this year, what happened, that in place of critical reasoning, they asked AR, right? So everybody was shocked and surprised and a little disturbed with that. So how did you, what was your reaction when you looked at the paper and you realized that it is not CR, it is something different? What was what was going through your mind that time?
Right. So we were obviously told to be prepared for any unexpected changes, right? And my set was somehow the one which had logical as the first section. So I opened the paper and the decoding question is in front of me. And then I was like just looking at the different questions there, and I did see that there is no critical reasoning. I was not very affected. I was rather happy because I knew that I would analytical reasoning was somewhat of my strength as well. So I was happy that there is something which will help me get an edge over other people if I'm able to solve this. So I must be calm. I did not change my sequence at all. I went with the sequence that I attempted in my mocks. So that was English, GK, legal, logical, and then maths. So I did the same there. I did get stuck on the first question initially in analytical reasoning as well, but then I like moved on and then I came back to it, and I also scored a full in logical.
Okay. So, as you said, mocks may you practiced a lot. So, what is your opinion? Like, how important mocks are for this exam?
Mocks are very important. Like the actual exam is also like a mock only, right? They're very important because they're modeling the paper that you can expect, and also because they're being prepared by people who have been noticing the pattern for so many years. There's nobody who can like help you other than the people who have been here to see the paper develop, change, and go through whatever has been going through for the past years. So definitely, it's very important to give mocks. Again, it helps you figure out where you stand nationally. Also, there are different all India open mocks and
Right, right. So there are five subjects, right? So obviously, every subject is very important, but still, what do you think? Which subject you find more important, or which has to be prepared in length or something like that?
I'm not sure if there's any which has to be prepared at in length, because if you see CLAT is fairly balanced. Like there's only like, in I think legal is the heaviest section with 30 to 32 questions.
Hmm.
Otherwise, we have English and logical with around 24, 28 questions, and maths with the lowest weightage. Largely, it's just about building your comprehension and inference skills. It's a lot about how you're able to deduce, what you're able to deduce, what you're able to retain. So as opposed to ALET. ALET, on the other hand, is a very logical heavy paper, 70 marks just for logical. So the strategy for that is going to be somewhat different from what you would do for ALET, CLAT. In CLAT, I was not good with math, so I was struggling with math. But overall, if you look at it, I do believe that strengthening your reading skills and surrounding yourself with a lot of diversified reading is definitely going to give you a boost because of how the paper is reading heavy.
Right. And also student like they wonder like how to prepare this subjects like GK, because GK is very vast. GK is unlimited, you know. As I always say, everything under the sun is GK.
Yes.
So what would you like to advise to students like how to prepare GK?
So I personally loved preparing for GK. I loved like reading different facts and other information whenever I could. So my GK preparation was like it ran into multiple layers. Obviously, I was reading the newspaper. I personally loved reading the Indian Express. It has this explained section which explains like the history of the event really well as well. So a lot of information sticked with me from that. Other than that, obviously, I referred to the CLAT Express and other compendiums. So one thing which was great about the CLAT Express was how concise it was, like only 90 to 100 pages every month, followed by about 20 questions after each topic. I think that is amazing because they were also asking very detail based questions. So it's really a test of how much you're able to retain from what you've just read. Um, that went for current affairs. Other than that, for static GK as well, I am personally very fond of quizzing. And whenever I would get bored of a compendium, because at the end of the day, a compendium is not the most attractive piece of study material, right? It's just information out there for you. So I would refer to quiz books. I refer to a lot of middle school quiz books, and because those are the years when you're taught a lot of basic stuff about the country, about tribes and dance forms. And as we have seen, ALET has been testing that in like last year as well as this year. So my static GK is honestly entirely credited to grade 6 to 8 GK books.
As you said, you love reading GK and newspaper and all, and you mentioned Indian Express. You also love playing guitar. You are also a karate champion.
Thank you.
Okay, you're black belt rather. So it is seriously a great achievement, and we are so proud of that and so happy for that. But tell us something more about it. Matlab, what is like? How did you get into? Matlab, how did you develop the interest in karate? Then you started participating, and UKL, if I am pronouncing it correctly.
Yes.
So UKL is like guys, it's like IPL. जैसे IPL होता है क्रिकेट के लिए, वैसे एक बहुत बड़ा लीग होता है UKL कराटे के लिए. And she's going to participate, and we wish her all the very best for that competition also. तो ये सब कराटे क्लैट से कराटे, ये थोड़ा बताओ, कराटे में कैसे इंटरेस्ट हुआ?
So my parents have always encouraged me to be into some form of sports. So
Okay.
I think I started karate when I was 5 or 6 years old,
Hmm.
and yeah, so I've been into karate since then. Other than that, also my parents always encouraged me into whatever form of sports I can be, whether it is running or anything at all. So that is when that started. I started competing for state and national level tournaments around grade 9th and 10th. So that is that. UKL, as you have mentioned, is a national level league. It is again inspired by the format of IPL. We have different kinds of teams based on regions, and I definitely do hope and aspire that I get to play at that platform.
Okay, great. Okay, you love dogs. You have dogs. So how many dogs you have?
I am very lucky to have two adorable dogs.
Right, right. You wake up early in the morning, and see, this is nowadays what happens. A lot of kids actually, they love waking up till late night, you know. और उसके बाद वो मॉर्निंग में लेट उठते हैं, तो ये ट्रेंड है आज पूरा, मतलब बिकॉज लॉट ऑफ किड्स भी कम, मतलब जिनसे हमारी बात होती है तो ये पता चलता है, राइट? So like how did you develop this hobby, this habit, and what are the advantage of it?
Um, so even looking back, I think my entire family has been people who sleep very early.
Hmm.
So as far as I can remember, we've always been in bed by like 10 p.m. maximum. So that I think obviously modeled my routine, and also because I do believe that I am mentally most stimulated early in the morning. I'm able to retain the most in the 4 to 6 a.m. period. So I would definitely prefer waking up early. It's also very refreshing because you don't have anything else on your mind. That's the first thing that you do when you wake up, and also because everybody else is asleep. There's nobody you can text or call, so there's no distraction at all. So I think I started waking up early, quite early, around grade 9th and 10th. Whenever I would have an exam, I would wake up pretty early. Same goes for CLAT. I definitely started waking up early when I started preparing for it. This year too, there were some days when I was waking up at 2. Otherwise, 3 or 4 was the normal. Towards the end, however, like in the last week, I was getting full sleep, sleeping properly till 7, 8.
Right. So last year you appeared and you got Patiala, right? So your rank was some 30,
900. Yeah, then
900 initially, and then some
1300.
1300, right? So, and this year you prepared and you started preparing from September. Seriously started
Yes,
preparing
sir.
from September. So what do you think, how much time is uh, required, or how much time one needs to prepare for exams like CLAT and ELET?
Sir, I think it's a lot about how quickly you're able to understand your basics. So as soon as you've understood your basics and you've exhausted the, like for maths, you say that we have percentage ratios, mensuration. So once you've finished that, there's all that you can do is practice. And honestly, that is the entire time it takes. So the entire time it takes is how much it would take for an individual to master all of their basics. I'm really grateful that I could master my basics in grade 12. And I think that is what really helped me do this exam in the past 3 months, because all I did in the past 3 months was refer to more and more material, solve as many more questions as I could. It was more solving than it was understanding.
And how many hours a day one should study, although it depends on person to person, but still, since a lot of students ask these questions, right? So what is your advice, like how many hours a day one should study for this exam?
So I would usually differ from. I've obviously talked to a lot of different people about this as well. So a lot of people suggest that when you're giving a mock, you should only give a mock and not study at all. But things like that did not work for me. I definitely wanted to be occupied all the time. So I think I don't have a particular set of hours that I was studying for. I would instead work on a to-do list based system. I would write the things that I want to achieve in that day realistically, and I would try to finish all of them before I go to bed. It's also very important to not restrict yourself to times, like not to be like that I'm gonna study 10 to that I'm gonna study GK from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. because sometimes you're not in the right mood for whatever subject that you've decided to study at that time. So it was very important to be flexible. So I would wake up, I would decide what I want to study at that moment, and I would just go ahead with it. Like not think a lot about if I want to do this right now or not. And one thing which was great was that whenever I got tired of studying something, I would just open an analytical set, because they don't require you to think a lot. So I would play some music and I would start solving analytical. So I was achieving something right then as well. And it was also a break from all of the reading heavy things I was consuming.
You said one thing very interesting, that you were not good at QT.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
And this is the problem of a lot of students. They're not good at QT. But despite that, you have achieved this thing, right? You are literally taught the exam. So, I mean, this is very encouraging for all the students who are out there listening to us. But what would you advise to the students who are not good at QT? Should they put in more efforts to prepare QT? Should they avoid QT? What is your advice about QT?
So definitely not avoid QT, because as we have seen, CLAT has gotten so much more competitive over the years.
Mm.
Like every year there's a new record of students who are appearing for the exams. So if you're leaving a section which is worth 12 marks, then you can know for sure that you're out of the race regardless of
Right,
what
true,
your accuracy is. So, and even so obviously it's very important to not fear the questions. You have more power on the questions than the questions have on you. So I knew that CLAD only has very basic topics that do come, ratio, proportion, percentages, and even some difficult questions are on those basics. So it's very important to find out where you stand on the basics, understand, obviously learn the formulas, understand. I do remember that I did a lot of tricks, like instead of solving what 25% would be, you break the number and you calculate using tricks. That really helped me. So I was maintaining a mock register. Along with that, I was maintaining a math register. I was writing down what mock GK I did or what sectional I solved, and I would honestly give myself time to solve it. Like a lot of people suggest that you force yourself to solve it in like 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I would initially give myself time, take 30 minutes, but at least solve what is in front of you. So I would note down what questions were there, how many were there, and what topic that was, and how much I scored, and what time it took me to solve them. And honestly, like looking back at it, I saw a huge improvement in my marks as well as the timing. So that really helped. And whenever I had a mock and I was not able to solve a question, I would never look at the answer key. I would try to solve that question again later on, like later in the evening, and I would not bind myself by time at all. Like, take another 30 minutes, but solve this. And even if I could not solve it, I would again not look at the answer key. I would rather look at a similar question or a similar formula which has been applied, and then I would try to solve it again. That really gives you a confidence that you can solve a question. It's just about revising and like exposing yourself to different kinds of questions which may come.
But not liking maths cannot stop you from topping exam, right?
Absolutely, you have to understand that it is a non-negotiable if you really want to do well.
Right, right. Okay, and which subject you liked most? Matlab,
I think it was GK. I
GK.
also really liked critical reasoning, which we unfortunately did not have in the
Did
exam,
not have.
but definitely critical reasoning as well.
Right. So, what would you like to advise students? Like this year, a lot of students might be thinking of retaking exam again, है ना? Oh, so what would you like to advise to, or even those who are preparing for the first time, right? And a lot of students crack this exam with their 12th also, 12th grades also. So, what would you like to advise to them about preparation of this exam?
It is very important to figure out where you stand, what you are good at, what you're not good at, and also finding out early what time works the best for you. Because a lot of people, take a lot of time to figure out what hours they're the most efficient in during. And it is also very important to figure out whether you actually want to do law or not as well.
Right.
Right? So I think that is very important. And of course, have the mental capability to solve questions in front of you and not be scared of them.
One more challenge students and kids nowadays have is a social media, right?
Yes,
Or the
sir.
mobile phone or the screen time. So, what would you like to, matlab, what was your screen time? How did you manage your all these things? And I mean, you were active on social media or not?
So I was not active on social media for the past 3 months that I was fully preparing for the exam. I think it's very important to have self-control. It's also very important about what effect the media has on you. If it's really draining you, if you're not able to focus because of it, then it's a problem and you have to stop it. But if it's working out for you, then it's working out for you. Then you don't have to make a lot of changes. So I personally completely stopped using it. I think that was also because I was on such a paucity of time that I only had 3 months to cover up all of GK from
Everything,
December to
right.
August, as well as the other sectionals.
Mhm.
So that definitely. And my screen time was definitely a lot because all of my preparation was also online. But other than that, I think the only leisure activity that I used to do is call my friends whenever I was on a walk or after a mock. That definitely helps. It's very important to have an outlet to your thoughts and emotions.
Right. I mean, who would you like to give credit? Of course, your parents must have played a very important role. So, is that so?
Definitely, they were supportive, and I was actually preparing on my own. But they were there, like, if I did not have a good mock, I would tell my mom that this has happened in the mock. Or whenever I got a full in a sectional, I would tell her that I got a full in a sectional. I also really loved teaching GK.
Hmm.
So if I was on call with my friends, I would start asking them GK questions, or they would start asking me GK questions, or we would just pick up something which is in the news and we would talk about it for like hours at length. I would also
So now,
some
why don't you take a GK session online on Law Prep tutorial platform?
definitely.
Right. Please carry on.
Yeah, so I would pick up a GK topic and ask my mom to sit with me, and I'll just explain it to her at length. So that was definitely helpful. I'm very grateful for my friends who I would call after a disappointing mock. I do remember that when the sample papers came out, I was really stressed because I did not sit and solve the sample paper. I just like glanced through it and I saw the words compounded annually, and I could not remember the compound interest formula, and I had a total meltdown that what if this happens with me on exam day, that I do not know the formula for something which is on the paper. And it definitely helped to talk to your friends about it.
So, parents and friends played a crucial role. And what about Law Prep tutorial?
I really credit Law Prep tutorial for my GK preparation. I absolutely loved doing the CLAT Express because A, it has a lot of questions, B, it's concise, and C, it has a lot of interesting questions, interesting information as well. Like, this is just coming to my mind right now, but the Nepal Gen Z protest,
Gen Z
there was
protest.
a box which talks about Discord, when Discord was founded, who it was founded by.
Right.
So, all of that information is very appealing.
Right.
I really enjoyed doing that.
Right. I mean, you were in online batch, right? So one more dilemma is there in the student's mind that online, some of them think offline is better, some of them think online is better. So is online sufficient to prepare for exam like this, or you think offline has advantage over online?
Because I did not take any offline classes, I cannot speak for whether offline has better advantages. But I do think that online is sufficient and like really helpful personally, because you have the freedom of looking videos and attempting resources whenever you want to.
Right.
And I think it's less distracting also because you're just there with yourself and you're not in like a group of people.
Hmm.
I do understand why people might prefer an offline setting because it helps you compare yourself with peers and discuss after a mock. But personally for me, uh, I think I work better alone and independently. I was able to analyze my mocks better, so I think online was definitely a better fit for me.
So again, it depends. Student
Definitely.
varies on the student's aptitude and all. So thank you so much, and we wish you all the very best, Manvi. You are a wonderful kid, wonderful child, and very blessed, right?
Thank you so much,
And we
sir.
wish you all the very best for UKL, uh, like what they call it, auction,
Auctioning, right?
है ना, auctioning of the जो होता है उसमें you get the better price.